What's going on, guys? It's Minecraft Gaming here. Welcome back to the video. Now, this is technically the last episode of Sniper Thursday, but obviously seeing as more of us will come out with DLC, I'll cover those as well under the Sniper Thursday name. But before I get into today's video, I quickly want to say about the reason there's been a few absences in terms of videos, or they've been late the day after. This one probably a day after as well. It's probably a Friday now you're watching this, when it should be a Thursday because it's Sniper Thursday. But the main reason for this is just I've had a few personal problems that it's kind of stuff that's been taking up time. So when I have these problems, I can't obviously make videos and stuff, and then I'll go out with friends after that, and obviously I can make videos then, so it's kind of been difficult to do, but hopefully now everything should become a lot smoother, much easier to do, things are sorted out, and it should all get better eventually. But aside from that, today I'll straight into the video. Now this is, like I said, the last rifle in the base game, and it's a very special rifle. This is of course the Martini Henry. Now, to get the Martini Henry, you do have to get level 10 on the Recon or the Scout class, and this is actually the easier one to do it on. For whatever reason, you need less XP to get level 10 on the Scout class than you do any other class in the game. And then when you get the Martini Henry, it's quite fun to use and really is quite a unique rifle. Now, in real life, this thing was designed in 1870 by the RSAF Enfield Corporation, and it was a standard infantry weapon for Britain between 1871 and 1888. So of course then, in 1888, when it was finally disused, that's 26 years before the start of World War I. So why we see it in Battlefield 1 is quite odd. But the main reason we do see it in Battlefield 1 is because it was in fact used. Yes, 26 years after it was generally stopped being used by the British Army, they said it won't anymore, they still use in World War I, mainly as reserve weapons, and also to take down observation balloons that were sort of floating above places. Troops could look down and see enemies. You could use incendiary rounds, shoot one of these, and they'd cause them to just explode. And this is pretty cool actually, but at the same time, it's really quite unique that we see this rifle 26 years after it was finally stopped used. It was also used in North Africa by the native troops, mainly because of course it was used in the Anglo-Zulu War, and the rifles happened to be in Africa at the time. Of course, North Africa and South Africa are a long difference, but the rifles were there, and rather than being shipped straight back to Britain, they were shipped to North Africa and used for like things building railways, and then they happened to be around during the North African campaign, and of course then for the Boer Wars, again, they were around. Rather than shipping back to Britain, we'll keep them here, build more railways, and use these guns as protection. Another thing I found really interesting, it was used in the Soviet-Afghan War in 1979 to 1989, and if you imagine it, it was used for nearly 100 years after its invention. Now, obviously, this is the only war it's been used in recently, but from 1870 to 1979, that's pretty amazing. That's a long time, and really kind of stands this rifle there, even though it wasn't exactly very good because it has one shot, as opposed to modern rifles like the AK-47, it is still very popular and very useful. Now in Battlefield 1, it is pretty unique because it only has one variant, and overall as a rifle it has one shot, so you have to reload after every single shot. Even if you change to the cable, you have to put a whole new bullet in. And now beforehand, it was actually pretty damn powerful. It would be a one-shot kill to any part of the body, including arms and legs, if you were inside the sweet spot. Now this was mainly a glitch, or was apparently a glitch that was in the game by accident. What it should be is a 0.9 multiplier to those shots, even in the sweet zone. So if you hit them in the arm, it's going to do like 95 damage. It shouldn't kill them, but that was a glitch before where it would do that. So this sort of glitch made it massively unique, and even though it was extremely hard to use, it made it kind of rewarding. If you hit somebody in the arms or the legs in the sweet spot, you're still going to get a kill. But of course, again, this is apparently a glitch, and in the recent past, DICE actually changed it and made it so that it's the same as every other rifle, where it's only a one-shot kill on the sweet spot if it hits the chest. Now the sweet spot for this rifle is basically identical to the Enfield, although I believe it's a bit longer and it's a bit short distance as well, which it is still pretty good, but again, because you have one shot, if you miss that one shot, or two people get in the way, something like that, if it's further than you think, you don't really have much of a hope. With the Enfield, of course, you shoot one shot, change the bolt, you got another shot ready to go. Now its maximum damage is 90 out to 20 meters, which is different from all the rifles, which usually do 80 meters beyond that. And the main thing with this rifle overall is that it's a two-shot kill from any distance, of course, as long as you actually make sure the persons get healed up. Obviously, you hit them once, they heal up, hit them again, you might not get that kill, but the chances are you probably will. Now in Battlefield 1, like I said, there's only one variant, and that is the infantry variant. Now this man basically has nothing on it. It's iron sights, and that's about it. The main thing with this though is that it kind of makes sense. Mainly because the rifle of course wasn't used in World War I as a general infantry weapon, it was used as sort of reserve weapon, and of course then in airplanes and North Africa, and of course nobody would have bothered making one of them a sniper rifle or kitting it out properly because they have better rifles. Although I do kind of think that's slightly sad, and I would love to see more variants of this rifle in the game, just to make it more interesting, because it's one of the most fun rifles to use, even if it has been massively nerfed recently. I still think that the nerf was in some way needed if it was a glitch, but seeing what the rifle is like when it wasn't nerfed, and it performed perfectly, sure you get killed by a lot, but that's mainly meant to be the whole point. It's a massive skill gun. And of course, because it is the level 10 unlock for the scout class, it makes sense to make it really good, because it's a big reward to get to that final one. You unlock this rifle and there you go. Now it just puts it on the same level as the Hewitt and the 926 Sebslatter, which just basically means not very essential. You can easily not bother to get it at all, or once you get to the rank 10 even, just don't bother, just don't unlock it. But then again, it is a lot of fun to use. Regardless, if you choose to get this rifle or not, hopefully they do the video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Again, no video on Sunday, hopefully a video on Saturday. I'm not sure if we're going to get one out or not. But regardless, hopefully I can. But hopefully you did enjoy. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Wake Up Gaming, out.